had a stable life in the Philippines, already had a house, functioned as a chief nurse, worked at the DOH. But despite that stability, he chose to move to the US and particularly New York. What's in New York that made him move here? Does he still live here? Let's welcome our guest, Eric.
I'm from Bulacan, Philippines. I am a nurse by profession and I used to work in the Department of Health in the Philippines. And an opportunity just came and all of a sudden I was in New York. What led me to move to New York City was the deep desire to be independent. So I lived with my family. Now, I'm not saying I didn't enjoy that, but for 30 years and I had never lived or worked outside the Philippines. So the idea of moving abroad felt like a big, faraway dream for me. But I felt like the opportunity and the timing was just so right. So when they asked me where I wanted to go, I did not hesitate. I said, of course, New York City.
If you could share what you thought New York was, then as you actually experienced living here.
That's a very good question, Kai. They call it the greatest city in the world. It's the iconic place from so many movies. It really turned out to be, full of life, energy, endless possibility. I was thrilled to move. But I think the excitement turned into reality soon enough when I moved there. Coming from a tropical country like the Philippines, I was wearing my sweater and then it was summer in New York. It was so hot. The steam of the train and the subway was so hot. I didn't expect that. The city is kind of messy too. It's a beautiful chaos.
You said something. This is what I imagine my life to look like. It was a luxury apartment. You move out of New York. Was it hard to get that place that you imagined to get in New York City?
I remember that conversation that we had before, and I was imagining overlooking Times Square, overlooking Fifth Avenue or the city, New York skyline. And I think leaving was not an easy decision for me, but it came down to a mix of personal and professional reasons.
What did you experience that made you want to move?
I have some long-time friends in Arkansas, and then I visited. I slept like a baby for the first time in many months. Without my family here in the US, I also realized that it's important for me to be closer to the people who feel like family, and I think that aligned better with my long-term goals. New York has a very nice list of hospitals that we can apply to, but I think it's the balance that I found here in Arkansas is that I am now working in the university, and then I found my job in a research institute. So that was a very good opportunity for me, and it was able to, catapult me to get a scholarship for a PhD program. So I'm not paying anything. They're giving me stipend. I just have to go to work once a week and then study. They practically pay you to study, and I think that's an opportunity I wouldn't want to miss.
For you to get paid to go to school and get a degree? Wow.
Yes. Right now I'm teaching in the college, so that's another opportunity for me as well.
What do you miss about New York?
For me, it really comes down to the energy, the nonstop buzz. It makes you feel like the whole city is around you. It's alive, so you can eat your way around without even traveling or leaving your neighborhood. There are tons of restaurants in New York. It was a mix of culture. Every day you could do a little food adventure. It also helps that whenever I got homesick when I was in New York, I just head to Times Square for Jollibee. It was so easy to find a little taste of home. No planning, no stress.
Would you ever come back to New York?
Yes, I could definitely see myself coming back to New York someday. It'll always hold a special place in my heart. It was my first real home away from home. There's just something about the city that stays with you no matter where you go, I think.
Now that you're in Arkansas, what can you share that you took from New York and brought it to Arkansas with you?
What I think it's the idea that New York moves at lightning speed, and I brought that with me when I moved here. In New York, you were always rushing somewhere, catching the train, walking or weaving through the crowds, and you try to make the most of every minute in New York. And this constant, pressure to keep up. You can hear it in the city itself. The background noises are part of your daily read. If you walk like dreaming of New York, walking and all of a sudden people will shout, "Move!"